I apologize, guys. I've been pretty sick the past couple of days, so still a little congested. Probably sound a little weird, but it is what it is. I'm gonna try to keep this video as short as possible because I could talk about the subject for a ton of time, but I don't want to make the video too long and unbearable for you guys. So today I wanted to talk to you guys about tips and tricks and kind of how to buy a motorcycle from a third party. I've talked about financing motorcycles in my past videos, so you guys know that I like buying all my bikes used from Craigslist or OfferUp or LetGo or eBay or all those different types of third-party sites. So in this video, I just wanted to give you a little bit of information and helpful hints about buying bikes from a third party. It's becoming more and more popular nowadays, and a lot of people, if you don't know what you're doing, it can get you into a lot of trouble financially, or you can end up with a pretty shitty bike, and no one likes that. I'm talking from experience. So there's a few tips I want to give you guys just that you should look out for when buying from a third party. My personal opinion is you should always buy from a third party when you're buying motorcycles like this or similar. I'm not getting into that though. The reason I think I'm able to make a video like this is because I bought four bikes from four used bikes from third-party dealers. You have a nice house. I have experience. I've learned my lessons the hard way. I've dealt with a lot of people, and each time I bought in a bike third party, I've learned a little bit more and really learned things along the way that are crucial to buying a third-party bike successfully. First thing is where to look. First, the places you should look are Craigslist, OfferUp, LetGo, like those apps on your phone that are similar to Craigslist, eBay. Those are the places you should look. Any sketchy websites, I wouldn't suggest looking there. You never know what you're getting. But that's where I'd start looking. The second most important part is what to look for. Especially on eBay nowadays, there are tons and tons and tons of fake listings where it's like, oh my god, I have a 2014 beautiful never down R1 oil changed every 2 miles for $1,000. Like, you got to know what you're looking for. Obviously those posts are fake, and you do not want to get into that because you start messaging them and then they want your email and then they start asking for all this information. It's just not good. Understand when a listing is realistic versus when it's just a scam and they're just trying to screw you over. You need to know the difference between that. What the hell is going on here? No, I like to stand in the middle of the street too. Not really sure what that was about, but all right. Anyway, the next tip for buying a bike third party would be to do your research. Once you message the guy, I'd ask to contact him through phone number. If people who are not hiding things have nothing to worry about, they have nothing to hide, they'll give you their phone number to contact them through. Once they give you the phone number, I'd suggest doing your background. Ask him his name, ask him questions about the bike, ask him all different questions about the bike. Hi cop, I see you. Ask him everything. Ask him questions about the history of the bike. Ask him, not necessarily his name, well, like his first name is good to know. But ask him why, his reasons for selling the bike. Just ask him all, literally, you can't ask too many questions. A word of advice is people who are trying to hide something, they'll get mad when you start asking a lot of questions. Ask about the title, ask about the history of the bike, the VIN, everything. And people who have something to hide, they'll get all mad and be like, well, why are you asking so many questions? So if that happens, stay away. I don't trust that. That's another word of advice. Second word of advice is when you go to meet up with them, do not go alone. Bring a friend, bring a parent, bring a sibling, bring your pastor. I don't give a hell who you bring. I really don't. Just bring somebody. If you conceal carry, hey, it doesn't hurt to have it there. I'm not saying use it, but if it doesn't hurt to have it. Maybe keep a knife in your pocket, strictly as defense, not as an offensive move. But you can never be too safe. So bring someone when you go to meet up with them. Oh my, this road. God, my grandfather's asshole is paved better than this road. Jesus. And when you go to meet up in person, know what you're going to look at. That's so important. I didn't know exactly what I was not that I didn't know what I was looking at. I didn't know exactly all the specs about the bike. So when you go to look at a bike, please just know exactly what you want to look for. Know what the factory parts look like, know what aftermarket parts look like, know what should be going where, what should be connected where, know all about the bike. So for instance, if you're going to look at a Grom, know what a Grom looks like, know where the plastics are, where all the pieces are located, how they're supposed to connect, if it's sturdy, if all the pieces are stock or if they're aftermarket. Know all that type of information when you go to take a look at it. Another word of advice too is do your research on the person you're buying it from. Google them, look them up on any type of website you care to. I made that mistake. If you guys didn't see that video when I bought my first CBR, I didn't do a background check. I did not Google my guy, and I got bit in the ass for it. So go watch that video. It's all about the scammer on Craigslist video. It's that video. So go take a look at that video if you don't know what I'm talking about. And that gives you tips on how to, like, the importance of looking up the person you're supposed to be buying this bike from. I don't live by this rule, but it's also a nice rule and word of advice too. Don't bring cash the first time you check out a bike. If you're looking at a bike for the first time, do not bring cash. Tell them you got to go to the bank or tell them you got to go home and get the cash. Just don't bring it the first time that you meet up with the guy. Now, I don't live by that rule because a lot of the times I travel hours and hours to get my bike, so I cannot just afford to drive all the way back to get the cash. But that is another precautionary measure that you guys can take if you feel so inclined to. And when you meet with the guy in person and see the bike, ask as many questions as you want. Shoot the questions. Don't try to see if he can slip up. Like, don't try to catch him on something, but you may catch him on something. If you ask him a question, he's sketchy about it or doesn't know the answer, you may catch him on something, and then that's an immediate red flag. So just ask him a lot of questions. If he has nothing to hide, he should have no problem answering those questions. What else? I had a lot to say going into this video because I've always wanted to make this video because I've made mistakes and I don't want you guys to make the same mistakes. But now I'm blanking for some reason. And in the comments, guys, you can give your own experience and your own tips and tricks. It's one big biking community, so if you guys have any tips and advice, feel free to leave them in the comments for everyone to see. What a lot of people like to do is, if both parties are available, take the guy you're buying the bike from to the DMV, to the title place, whatever, and have him there when you transfer over the title and get all the paperwork in order. It's just, if something goes wrong, he's right there. You don't need to try to contact him, and if he's a shitty person, who knows, you might try to contact him and he may not be there or answer. Sorry, I couldn't resist. You know, these straight roads, I just can't contain myself. Sorry. Another word of advice when buying a third-party bike is don't be impulsive. I am a very impulsive person, if you guys couldn't tell already, and that's gotten me in a pile of crap in the past. Do not be impulsive. Take your time, wait for the right scenario, wait for the right situation, wait for the right deal, and then pull the trigger. Do not just get overly excited and pull the trigger on a bike that's a piece of crap or a bike that you shouldn't have bought. I've done that and I can say it sucks. So do not make that same mistake as me. Wait for the right time and you'll thank yourself later, I promise. Bike life! Yeah, what's up? My roommate hates when I do that. Every time I say bike, I'm just like, bike life, bro! What's up, Walter White? I've been rewatching Breaking Bad lately, and I freaking love it. If any of you guys want to send me any Breaking Bad stuff, feel free. My P.O. box is in the description, and I would love you forever. I have like an unhealthy obsession with Breaking Bad. So yeah, guys, when you're buying a bike third party, just know all the information. Don't go in blinded. If you have any type of bad feeling or you're skeptical about something, you're probably right, so don't pull the trigger on it. When I bought this bike, I was completely confident. I had no setbacks, I had no worries, and it turned out to be a great bike. So if you feel like something's wrong, it probably is, so just don't purchase it. You'll thank yourself later. What's the speed limit? I'm doing like 65 and I'm getting past. But So yeah, and just be informative. Know all the information, do your research, and you'll be fine. And another word of advice too, if you want to bring your mechanic, your bike mechanic, someone who knows a lot about bikes, go ahead and bring them. If the person's not hiding anything, they'll be comfortable having someone come, just give it a quick check on the bike, see if there's anything majorly wrong with it. So that's all I got. Like I said, I bought 4 bikes, third party. I've seen the good, the bad, the ugly. And if you guys got any questions, feel free to shoot me a message on Instagram, comment on the video, and I'll try to answer your questions for you. I've seen it all pretty much, from great sellers to criminal sellers to buying great bikes and then buying pieces of crap bikes. So I've been around the block with this situation. So feel free to shoot me a message and I'll try to answer it in any way possible and try to give you the best advice I can. So that's all I got for you guys today. I apologize that it might be a little short. I really did have a ton to talk to you guys about, but I promised you I'd keep it short so it wasn't a 2-hour video. So I'll talk to you guys in the next video. As you can see, the sun's going down. I'm getting exhausted, and yeah, that's all I got. Thanks for all you guys do. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If it's your first time stopping by, make sure to subscribe. Tell your friends, tell your mother, tell your cat, dog, fish, hamster, squirrel, because apparently people get squirrels as pets nowadays. Oh, whatever. Peace.